Wow, we are live, and I love it when we go live, especially when we're live across the world. We're live across LinkedIn, we're live across multiple channels, and I've got the wonderful Michael Ocean of Sell Me This Pen. Michael, tell us where you are right now, who you are, what you're about, and what Sell Me This Pen is all about before we get into the LinkedIn teardown.
Absolutely, man. Good to see you, James. So, yeah, currently I'm in Mexico. I'm staying at this tiny little beautiful town called what is that? Playa del Carmen. It's very close to Cancun, but originally we are from Toronto, Canada. The company is Canadian. We moved here about a month ago, so we're going to stay in Latam somewhere around like 9 to 12 months, just to explore new cultures and have fun while building the company. And we did this actually about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Wow, time flies. In Europe, where we stayed a little bit in Amsterdam, and then went to move to Portugal. So we're gonna do all that fun and jazz. About the company, the name I know is funky, but there's a story behind it. I got into tech sales, and this was literally the first question they asked me about a decade ago. And I remember the VP said, "Okay, this is the last stage of the interview. Sell me this pen." I was like, "All right, why do you even need a pen?" So we started having this conversation, and kind of like stuck in my head. And me and my co-founder, we were having a drink about 3 years ago, and she was like, "What do you want to call this thing?" I was like, "Sell me this pen." She's serious. I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." So we were lucky that Sell Me This Pen.ai was available at the time, and we just picked it. And since then, again, we went through a lot of iterations. Right now, we are still bootstrapped purposefully. We are a team of 7 full-timers, completely self-sustained. We are serving about 1,400 clients, and the company is growing. So,
Well, congratulations, that's a great result. Now, without pointing out the obvious, and I'm now going to get into your profile because we can't have a teardown without that on the screen. Now, didn't someone else also make Sell Me This Pen somewhat famous?
yeah, I mean, the movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, all I have to say, disclaimer, I'm actually against all of that, idea of a boiler room and pushing people to do things. But yeah, that was a fun movie, I enjoyed watching it.
Very cool. So let's start with your profile. When was your profile pic taken?
It was about 2 years ago, right after we moved back to Toronto from Europe. And this is the one my wife actually took. It was my apartment with our view close to CN Tower. So
Well, you look beautiful, but do you think it's current and a reflection of who you are today?
you tell me. Pretty
You
much.
still you still look good.
Appreciate it.
Tell us
Losing
about
hair though.
tell us about your choice of banner, why you use this one, what it means, what it represents, because I think it's quite strong and it's bright and it's well positioned.
Yeah, so we wanted to actually use as much space as possible without overwhelming, their audience. So the main thing we offer with Sell Me the Pen is coaching at scale. So yes, there are a lot of other, functionalities and features and things that we can, help sales organizations with. But the bread and butter of our platform comes through coaching. So that's what we wanted to articulate here. And the focus was at the beginning when we started to help the end users, and still end user is our main focus, but even this resonates with leaders as well, because what's the main goal for them? To improve, again, end user performance, so everybody can focus on revenue growth.
Okay. So talk us a little bit, like, to be honest, it's very clear helping sellers master sales with AI coaching. Is that real, or did you just add in AI because it sounds good? And it was cheaper to buy that than .com.
Well, look, we are AI first company. So AI coaching, as I mentioned before, even we started the company about 3 years ago, nobody wanted to chat with us about AI. So it was very completely foreign. Like, what? You want me to outsource coaching to your AI tool? No. And about 2 years ago, people had started being a little bit more curious. And this year, things started to pick up naturally without us, pushing necessarily towards like doing a lot of outbound or anything, because people started realizing, although AI might not be human yet, there are capabilities that can help organizations with coaching at scale. For example, even if they, coaching sessions are biased is biased across the org, so everybody gets the same practice. So no, this is actual thing that we do, and everything we do is AI based.
That's very cool to hear. Tell us a little bit about your LinkedIn strategy, why you've written the summary the way you've written it, why you post the content the way you post it, what works, what doesn't work for you, how you've become more successful and grown so significantly in the last 12, 18 months.
Sure. So again, I don't know even if it's correct or not. You're the expert. Tear it down. Let me know what we need to improve. But the summary is just a reflection of what I went through, and I wanted to make it simple, not too dramatic. But there were certain things. I've been a frontliner for the longest time. I still, for my own company, I'm the solo go-to-market person. Selling, doing everything, and I struggle with certain things. So coaching was always like very weird. It turned to pipe reviews, or training was really one size fit all. When it comes to CRM updates, yes, when you win, it's interesting just to put some notes, but it bugged me. So I wanted to tell the same story with simple language, and then talk about a value proposition for end user and the decision makers, and that's why I put it in the summary.
I think it works. It's strong, it's short, it's punchy, it's clear. Your USP is clear. I think you've done a great job. I think you should be very proud of this profile so far. I think you're doing a lot of smart things. Let's talk about your content strategy, specifically the posts. You've featured some posts here. Give us one that we should look at. 1, 2, or 3. Which one should we look at?
I would say number 2, because it tells a lot, and especially as a startup, we all know it's really difficult to build a brand, especially if you're bootstrapped. So you don't have, the budget to do a lot of marketing or get influencers, involved. I wanted to quickly just reflect on, what happened, because it was a meaningful, event for me. Like I hit 14,000, followers. And at the same time, I noticed we actually, passed like 1,400 clients. Although most of them were tiny, agencies and startups to begin with, but that helped us, to start, working with larger organizations. We even, work with post-IPO companies right now. And I wanted to kind of I know it's a long post, but I said, you know what, I'm going to just put it out there, because this is what I think about this 14,000 followers more than anything else, that you just stick to what you think would work, and you keep working, and you zip your mouth and you keep working until you really get there. And it seems like I got good engagement, so I wanted to just.
Good for you. It's honest, it's personal, it's authentic, and these things tend to do well on LinkedIn. So I'm not surprised you got the success that you had. Tell us a little bit about any frustrations you've had in the last year with LinkedIn. Do you feel that you're getting traction not as good? Are you facing struggles? What's annoying you about LinkedIn as a tool, as a platform?
A lot of things. So LinkedIn, I hope you hear this. First and foremost, I'm real. My name is real. My company is real. I need to verify my profile, and they don't let me. So we even use some of our personal, network just to get to conversations with their engineering team and other folks, and say, hey, can I just verify my goddamn profile? Because I use 3 different cell phone numbers. I use passport, different IDs, and nothing worked. So first and foremost, if you release something, test it. We're a startup, we test. You guys are $1 billion company. You should test, things. So it's very frustrating, because it's been 6 months I've been trying to fix this. But this is not the biggest issue. As someone who's active on LinkedIn, what I notice is of course they keep changing algorithm for good. It's good reason behind it. There are a lot of garbage, that goes out. But we focus on, education and, helping our buyer persona just to learn something new, potentially. And what I notice is when I produce high quality content, and we put a lot of time in actually, working through podcasts, building carousels, shorts, even, try to be mindful of, what you're putting in terms of messaging, and follow some of the structures. Because of this algorithm, changes, I get a very little impressions. So people don't even see this stuff. When I post about my dog, I get 100. Ooh, so beautiful. Life is beautiful. You're amazing. You're killing it. Show my good content. Don't show personal stuff. It's so funny. I literally wanted to just, send a message, say, hey, how's it going, guys? And see if I get more impression. I would say like I most probably will, because this is really funny. When you put something even more meaningful that you put a lot of time creating, it seems like the algorithm does not want to show it for whatever the hell reason.
It's frustrating. It's part of the reason why I started up this kind of teardown, because I want us to come together and learn from each other so we can improve the situation at LinkedIn. I notice your high quality videos. There's a lot of interesting thought leadership around AI, enablement, sales, coaching, training. This is what people want to learn. But frustratingly, you put up an app about you licking an ice cream or walking a dog, you get more followers, and I get the same. And then we play to it because we're trying to be influencers. So I do more selfies, I get more responses. Yep. It's not a healthy use, and I think it's putting people off. And I don't think, even though they're trying to crack video, LinkedIn isn't a video native platform. So I think they're struggling right now. They're struggling. Okay, well, this is fascinating. I love the business. I love what you've achieved right now. I love that you're bootstrapped. I love that you're digital nomads. I love that you're going around the world. I love how open and honest you are. Just as we kind of come to the end of this conversation, why don't you tell us what are your goals when it comes to LinkedIn and your business for 2025 and beyond?
Look, James, honest answer. I'm still trying to figure out. This is not the main source of lead for us. So obviously, as a business, as someone who's taking care of go-to-market, I would love to build repeatability from top of funnel standpoint. But so far, what I'm getting out of LinkedIn is mid-funnel value. So I have a lot of great enterprise opportunities in my pipe that requires a lot of attention, right? And the good thing is, because I build good relationship with multiple different stakeholders within those accounts, they follow me on LinkedIn. And what I notice is, when I push this content on LinkedIn, and sometimes I personally actually send it on a message when it's relevant. Hey, we were chatting about AI adoption the other day. If you remember, share this internally with your team. I think your CTO might actually get some value from this, or something relevant to their situation. That actually helped me already move some of these deals that were kind of like cold and dead in the mid-funnel, stage. So I would say there's still value with that, but it's through the network I built. Do I get new business out of it? Sometimes yes, but I don't have control over it. So give you an example. Post-IPO company literally came inbound, very easy conversation. My board member saw your stuff, and during a board session, CEO brought up some go-to-market challenges. She said, go check this guy out. I'm the VP of enablement. That's why I got you on a call. So I still get value, but I don't have a way to measure and control it yet. So to answer your question, I think I talk too much right now, being a bad salesperson. Next year, for 2025, I would like to see what actually works in terms of like educational content, whether it's really worth my time to do more, and can I build more repeatability around lead generation through LinkedIn, because honestly, I don't think I've been successful doing that, but it helped me mid-funnel.
Super interesting, super honest as always. Michael, how can people connect with you then?
LinkedIn. As long as they don't block my account. If not, then you can reach me out on michael@sellmethespend.ai. Happy to have a conversation.
Amazing sharing these insights. Hold back, have a great day, and let's lock this down. You've been listening to the LinkedIn Teardown. This is James Ski. We've had Michael Ocean from Sell Me This Pen. Wonderful conversation. It's been a long time overdue. Check out the next episode coming up soon.
Thanks.